Okay, we are on the record in the matter of the Williamson and Dowell minors. I have someone who's in the meeting or in the courtroom identified as an iPhone. Could you unmute and tell me who you are? So I have an iPhone in the meeting, in the hearing. Can you tell me who you are, please?
This is Susan Honig. I'm a social worker. I was Ashley's therapist until mid-August.
I just needed your name for now, so I knew who you were.
Sure.
Okay. And I see another phone number. 581-6826. Who is that?
That's me, Susan Honig. Susan Honig.
It looks like you're in twice then.
Oh, they had me on hold for a while, Your Honor.
That's all right. Well, I'm going to get rid of the other just so we don't have any confusion.
Okay.
All right. And let's see. Could I have, well, I see another iPhone in the waiting room. Let's try that one. And it looks like I lost Ms. Honig. I'm not sure. Ms. Honig, is that you?
I'm sorry, this is Kathy Coe that's on the iPhone. I'm the one that has Wesley and Alara. I was trying to get it unmuted.
Okay, give me just a second. I'm going to put your name here. Tell me your name again.
Kathy Coe, C-O-E.
All right, and now it looks like Ms. Honig is back. Let me get her in.
Hello, Your Honor. This is Susan Honig. We were disconnected.
All right, we got you now.
Okay.
I think that's everybody. All right. Starting with Mr. Way, could each of you please identify yourselves for the record?
Matt Way, Prosecutor's Office.
Shelby Collins, Case Manager for Catholic Charities.
Ivan Brown on behalf of Mother Ashley Dowell.
Rebecca McCluskey for Brady Dowell.
Mike Kelly, Guardian Ad Litem.
Okay. If I remember correctly, we had a review hearing in this case a couple of weeks back, maybe as much as a month back. I can't remember. And one of the issues that came to the court's attention was this letter from Ms. Honig that was highly critical of these children being in foster care. And I wanted to be able to get to the bottom of that. So Ms. Honig is present. I think we should probably get some testimony from her. Is everyone comfortable with me questioning her, or would someone else like to conduct the examination?
Well, Judge, it's my understanding that Ms. Honig indicated that she no longer wanted to be her therapist because of the animosity between the agency and herself. So Ms. Honig is no longer the therapist, according to my understanding, unless So I think this issue, although it's in the record, this issue is, there's a lot of background noise, Judge. Somebody needs to turn something off.
Yeah, I don't know who that's coming through. I'm going to try muting.
It's 15175, whoever that is.
Okay. So I muted the source of that background. I just let another phone number in, 750-9432. Could you identify yourself, please?
This is Brandy Gundy. I am foster mom of Lucian.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So I think this issue is moot. I wanted Ms. Honig to continue. I have a long relationship with her, but I guess she's chosen that to no longer be Ms. Dowell's therapist. So I think this issue is moot.
If that's the case, then I guess I don't need to be concerned with it.
I mean, does everyone else agree?
I will defer to you and the court.
That's a first for me to defer to me.
And Mr. Kelly, since
Yes, Your
you're
Honor.
LGAL, do you have any concerns about these children continuing in foster care?
Under the present circumstances, no.
All right, well, and I guess that's the end of the inquiry. Sorry to take up everyone's time, but when I get such a strongly worded letter, I want some idea of where it's coming from. It was somewhat at odds with the underlying facts of the case, but given the LGAL has no concerns, given that mom's attorney has no concerns, at this point,
I didn't say
have
that.
no concerns.
I did not say there's no concerns. I have my concerns about the progression of this case, but I put words in my mouth. I did not say there was no concerns.
Right, if there isn't anything from Ms. Honig that you wish to bring out, there's nothing I need to hear, so we can just leave it at that.
Okay.
I do think we need a new review hearing date then, Your Honor.
Well, Judge, we didn't
Yes.
review hearing. So you were going to base some of your rulings. We set this over so we could hear from Ms. Honig. I still have some requests to be made.
All right, we'll go ahead with those requests, Mr. Brown.
Judge, when we first start, this case has been going on since December of last year. Then when the pandemic hit, everything stalled. When we first had our dispositional hearing, which I believe was sometime in January or early February, the court initially indicated that they would give discretion to go to unsupervised. I asked the court at that time to look through the file, the allegations with regard to Miss Dowell, although enough to adjudicate, were mainly with regard to her mentally ill significant other. He has been out of the house since January. There's been absolutely no contact with him at all. In the report, it indicates and based upon the lack of significant allegations with regard to Miss Dowell, which is very rare for you, you initially granted discretion to go to unsupervised right out of the gate. And on page 3, it indicates likely harm to the child if returned to the parent or guardian. If they were returned to the parent, is to continue to exposure to sexual abuse, which Miss Dowell had no hand in. domestic violence, which she was the victim of. Granted, she did not immediately move and get away from Mr. Dowell, so she does bear some responsibility there. But since that time, if you look at what she's done, there have been absolutely no hiccups with her. She attended her therapy, although we can agree to disagree whether it was helpful or not. You can't blame that on her. She went, she did what the therapist asked. She didn't miss any meetings. In the report, it indicates she has completed parenting classes, attends parenting times, individual therapy, did a substance abuse evaluation, completed a psychological. And you know, sometimes, and I'm not saying it's occurring in this situation, but I've noticed a pattern when the cases are with a purchase of services agency, the cases tend to go much slower. And I have my thoughts on why that is. And I can just about imagine cases are down now. Monetary issues will come up. So there's an incentive for the agency not to progress real quickly in a case. So you can read into it what you want. Any other case, we would have moved much quicker based upon what the initial allegations were and what Ms. Dowell has done. Everything. I don't see one hiccup in the report. So we're nearly 9 months later, and there's been no unsupervised parenting time. These children aren't at risk with her spending a little time with unsupervised with these children. Thank you.
So what you're advocating for at this point is that mom be allowed some unsupervised parenting time?
Correct.
Mr. Kelly, what is your view of
Your
that
Honor,
issue?
I'm looking at a court report that's 30 days old, so I'd like an update from the agency.
They gave us one on the 9th. I have one. You must have not got one.
I'll ask if the agency could chime in on that.
I've got a report dated September 9th.
I believe I sent it to you, Mike. I'm double checking my email right now.
Might have went into a wrong folder, but instead of waiting for me to read it, could the agency just give us an update?
Can you give us a verbal update?
Yeah, of course. So my major changes since the last court hearing, which was only a month ago, are that Ashley did try to get a substance abuse evaluation. She did not qualify for it, so we do consider this part of her case plan satisfied. She did stop seeing Susan, and she is starting to therapy this Friday, the 11th, at a healing place to meet with a new therapist. We are looking for a parenting coach for Ashley. We have a possibility right now. She has the ability to take Ashley on her caseload, but is unable to bill insurance. So we're trying to see if we can get with DHS to get her contracted to take her onto the case. And additionally, I visited Ashley's home yesterday on 9/8. She had moved into the basement with her mother. And the basement was largely unfinished, which left safety concerns for us, such as like open plumbing under the sink, a lack of flooring, no ceiling, leaving open wiring. It was also a concern to the agency that Ashley didn't have a door on her room and Alara was placed in her room, as Ashley having sexual intercourse in front of the children was one of the reasons for removal in the first place. And then additionally, the fact that Alara will be 3 in March and she'll no longer be able to sleep in the same room as Ashley. And there are no other rooms in the basement unless Ashley's mother moved upstairs or shared a room with Ashley. And then we did talk about in the court report, which was though similar as always, The concerns with Ashley's parenting time, which is what we had talked about last month, why we did not move to unsupervised visits. The concerns for neglect, the way she treats the children as siblings instead of her children, lack of follow through and seeming to get frustrated, the fact that she had swatted at Alara once during a visit. And this is noted by multiple people who have watched these visits.
Your Honor, I'd have no objection to continued discretion. It sounds like the agency still has concerns with mother's engagement, benefit from her services and how she engages her children, and the children are relatively young. I'd have no further comment.
Mr. Brown, was there any more that you wanted to say?
No, and we didn't ask for unsupervised overnights at the home. We're just asking for some time unsupervised. There's never been an allegation he's harmed these children. And because a child inadvertently walked in on sexual relations, I guess I don't see why that's even a part of this case. Thank you.
All right. Based on what I've heard today, I believe that the agency's concerns about how parenting time has progressed as supervised certainly merit continued supervision until the agency's satisfied that those have been addressed. The agency's making an effort to address them by getting a parenting coach involved. I will allow discretion for unsupervised. Clearly, those should not be in this home. If they do take place, they need to be in the community somewhere. But until the concerns with mom's ability to parent have been addressed sufficiently, that's only going to be discretion. It's not going to be an order for unsupervised parenting time.
Will you issue an order that the parenting coach will be in place by a certain date? Because I can envision us coming back in 2 or 3 months and this issue with DHS providing a parenting time coach will not have happened. So if you will put a 2-week time frame that a parenting coach will be in place, whoever pays for it, I would appreciate that. That is exactly what's going to happen.
Any reason that can't happen within 2 weeks?
I mean, so I'm working on getting the billing done. I am not aware if our agency, how that works, if they couldn't figure out billing. I will be honest, I'm still relatively new and I have not come across this issue yet.
All right, well, I don't want to bind you to 2 weeks. If it's something that might take 3 weeks, I'll simply put something in my order that says a parenting coach shall be in place as soon as reasonably possible.
Okay, thank you.
And we will have our next review hearing on November 3rd at 9:30.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. That concludes our hearing. Have a good day.
Bye.